Hello, geeks and gamers. Matt Lemke with Through Gamer Goggles. And today we're here in another flip through. In this flip through, we're going to take a look at Pathfinder's Adventure Path, The Rise of the Runelords Anniversary Edition. For those of you that don't know what an adventure path is, this is basically a set of adventures of the same storyline that will run you from 1st level through 18th level. Now, about the book. The Rise of the Runelords 10th Anniversary Edition has some changes in it. It's about a 430-page book, and it runs $59.99. But it's a pretty good investment when you think about it, when you have, depending on how much you play, as much as 2 or 3 years to play from this one book. And obviously you can do things in different orders and supplement it and play it more than once. As you can see, I've got a lot of little sticky notes here. These are all things that I'm going to share with you about the book. And we're going to jump right ahead and go in. One of the first things we're going to make a notice of is, well, maybe I should change my lighting a little bit. There. Is in the introduction, one of the cool things they do is they tell you what some of the changes are in the book. I'm not going to cover all of them, but one of the key things that changed was... Oh, I'm sorry, I can't find it. I don't want to write in the book, so I didn't mark it, and I didn't write them down, and I should have. A rather significant change is the new Denzian in the basement below Habe's Sanitarium, the fully detailed festering maze in Runeforge, or the additional encounters the last half of the Spires. That's my understanding. I didn't play the original game, the original Rise of the Runelords. So, oops, going the wrong way. Give you an idea. So, what they did is, apparently there was an encounter in the book that was very complicated, and it killed a lot of parties, more parties than they felt it should have. Give you an idea, some of the art in the book, as usual, it's in the Pathfinder style. And then the next section is using the book, and it goes through and it tells you what books you're going to need. Right here. And it's the Pathfinder Core Rulebook, the Pathfinder Bestiary, Monsters from the Bestiary 2 and 3 have significant roles as well. You use the Advanced Player's Guide, the Game Mastery Guide, and for the first part of the book, you can get away with using just the Pathfinder PRD, which is on their website, paizo.com, Pathfinder PRD, and, well, backslashes, which you can read it right there, obviously. And then it goes into some fun facts about goblins, which is kind of neat. But some of the other things that I want to bring up is, while there was new art, some of the encounters are changed, which I already covered that a little bit. There's advancement notes on each of the chapters. For example, in Chapter 1, the player characters should begin this as brand new first-level adventurers, preferably with the campaign traits that are provided with the Rise of the Runelords Anniversary Edition. And then it goes on to 2nd level, and by the time you conclude the adventure, PCs should have reached about 4th level. Again, there's some more goblin art. There's a lot of goblins in this. Good time to bring it to note that in the traditional Pathfinder style, they have the index marks here on the side that tells you where you're at, that you're in Burnt Offerings, chapter background, and it goes through all 4 different little subsections. Some of the other things that have changed. Here is one of the handouts that is in the book. If you take a look at it, you give this to all your player characters. I think it's a nice touch. If you have purchased the PDF along with your book, the handouts are actually in a separate file, so you can just share them with your players as you play, which makes it really cool for things like Inferno and Roll20, or even just playing in Google Hangout, which is becoming a thing lately. One of the other key changes is the maps have new features for up and down to the multiple levels and stuff. For example, we have on the key, it denotes stairs up and stairs down, and you see the direction the stairs here. These are stairs going down in both directions. These are stairs going down here, obviously. And you have stairs going up. So you've got from wherever that base level is when you come in. And also, I'll note it here while we do this. They changed the layout a little bit from the original game of how they laid out the maps with alphabetical letters and numbers. I haven't seen the original version. This was just something I gathered from talking with other people, so my information may be a little bit off on my description there. It's just something that I had done enough research to figure out. Then there's also, you have text boxes now, and then it's set aside from the other information. And like here's B8, which on the map is here. This is the ancient study. The crumbling remnants of several chairs and long table cluttered this room and floor, etc., etc. The other thing that might be significant to you as a gamer is the layout they have for the creatures. Sin Spawn 2, XP 600 gold, CR of 2, and hit points of 19 each. And then they tell you what page of which manual or supplement you need to look at it, which is, I think, excellent. I already covered the text box. This is probably my favorite piece of art in the whole book. I think it's just a pretty radical looking goblin mutant. A little crazy with 3 arms. I like it. Still kind of cute, like a dog. There is 8 appendixes to the book. Which start on page 366, so you got about 80 pages of appendix, which is where we're going to go now and probably spend the rest of our time. The appendixes have their own little table of contents. We have continuing the campaign, Sandpoint, Magnamar, Appendix 4, Turtleback Ferry, Zin Shalast, Bestiary, New Rules, Magic Items. Now, we're going to take a look at 416 on a little bit, and then it also has all the different maps and a layout of where they're at. For example, Map 1, Sandpoint, actually falls in Appendix 2, but the map is 4 pages in. I said page 416. So, with the new rules, you have Thessalonian Magic Specialists. You have new spells that are listed here, a new feat, and then you move into the magic items. Now, for those of you that haven't seen it yet, this is the preview to the Ultimate Equipment Guide, which you can watch our video on that also. I think it is probably one of the best tools a player and a GM can have. It is very complete. It's laid out exactly like this, which makes finding things so much easier. It has a complete appendix in the back. But anyway, back to this. You have the specific items that are used in the adventure path listed with pictures of a good bit of them. We'll go over this real quick. We have the ranged falchion. It has an aura, moderate transmutation. It has no slot. It has its price. It has its cleric level, caster level, and its weight of 8 pounds. And then obviously it has the description of what it does. And up here it has the construction requirements, the cost for constructing it, craft magic arms and armor, harm, unholy blight, creator must be evil. And you can see there's quite a few magic items. Now, I talked briefly about the PDF with this. I'm going to mention that the map folio works very well. The PDF is pretty good with this because, like I said, it has sharing. And if you play online, it is just outstanding. Again, I haven't played it, but I've read it. There is a great deal of background information in here. And one of the cool things about this, being the 10th anniversary edition and having everything together, if you own the original, you get to see some of the changes. But if you're newer to Pathfinder and you came in after this was completely published, you get in, you kind of see the development process for the whole Inner Sea setting of the Pathfinder world and all of Galaria. So you come in, and because the Pathfinder Adventure Path was created, it was one of the first things they did, which makes it, it's like having a history book. This is actually the first campaign that we're going to try and run, that I have run actually, that was not my own in years. I'm going to do this with my brother on his radio station and a couple other people that he finds. Here's a great map for you of Varisia. I think it's goes to show you a little bit about what is in the book. And obviously they have other grand things. Like at the beginning of each chapter, they have a little breakdown of, or each part of each chapter, they have a little, I guess it's a text box, but it's more of a summary than anything. Again, you get into some of the art. You get to see how some of these characters, the Pathfinder iconic characters, came into play. And it's really what the book has to offer. I might be missing a few details here and there because, I mean, it's 438 pages of pretty much raw material, and it is an adventure, so I don't want to spoil it too much, but the way it's laid out, the tools, the text boxes, they have the different, like, major characters or creatures, everything you need is here. And then the appendixes, they're pretty amazing when you look back through them. Like this is part of the bestiary. This is one of the, I'm not sure what he is. He's a rune slave. So, and he's a giant. There he is. He's a rune slave giant. And I mean, they give you a page, 2 pages on the rune slave. And then you have, like, the Scarlet Walker. You have the Skull Ripper, which is some kind of weird scorpion. But now I'm starting to ramble. So, look at that. One of the original sketches. Or, well, this is actually a handout for a sketch. So, but again, if you're a Pathfinder player and you love playing their adventures that they've created, this is, in my opinion, a pretty good deal because you get everything. I'm not a PDF fan, but I actually think in this case, definitely getting the PDF with it for playing so you have the printouts so you don't have to cut apart your book is well worth it. I would also recommend that you grab the map folio because it's so much easier to have the maps. Or to buy some gaming paper and draw them out. Like, I mean, that would be some time in drawing that out. But this is Matt Lemke with Through Gamer Goggles in this flip through of the Pathfinder Anniversary Edition of the Adventure Path. Thank you for watching, and if you liked what you've seen, please subscribe to us by clicking on any of the social media links on the left-hand side of our screen. That is, if you're watching it from our website and not just YouTube. Have a good day. Oh, I didn't catch that before. The original covers to all the books.